For the past few years, it has felt like the future of the entire auto industry belongs only to electric cars. Almost every major company has been investing heavily in EVs, and many people believe the era of petrol engines is slowly coming to an end. But in the middle of all this, Mazda has taken a step that has started a new discussion across the auto industry. The company has brought back its famous rotary engine, but this time the story is not the same as before. The question is this simply the return of an old engine? Or has Mazda made changes that could influence the future of both EVs and hybrids? The most interesting part is that many different opinions are coming out about this new rotary engine. Some people are calling it a technology for the future, while others believe it is simply a better option for a specific purpose. Can this engine really challenge electric cars? In today's video, we will understand how Mazda's new rotary engine works, what changes have been made, what its advantages and limitations are, and whether it can truly bring a major change to the auto industry. We will also look at what technology Mazda has used in it and why this engine could make a strong impact on the global market. Before we move ahead, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can watch videos like this first. If we talk about the world's biggest car companies today, the first names that come to mind are Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and BYD. Compared to them, Mazda is definitely smaller in size, but that does not mean Mazda is a small or weak company. The reality is that Mazda has always built its own identity, even with lower production numbers. The company's focus has never been just on selling more cars, but on building cars that offer a different driving experience. Every year, Mazda sells around 1.2 to 3 million vehicles worldwide. In 2025, the company's global sales were around 1.2525 million vehicles, while in the 2026 financial year, they were close to 1.22 million units. This is much lower than companies like Toyota or Volkswagen, but Mazda still holds its place among the world's well-known automobile brands. Mazda's biggest strength is that many of its customers do not buy its cars only because of the price. A large number of people choose Mazda for its driving quality, strong engineering, better handling, and premium feel. That is why the company has built a loyal customer base over the years, and many buyers always consider Mazda when shopping for a new car. If we talk about the countries where Mazda has the strongest presence, the first name is the United States. The US is Mazda's biggest market. Millions of Mazda vehicles are sold there every year, and models like the CX-5, CX-50, CX-30, and Mazda 3 continue to see strong demand. In 2025 alone, more than 400,000 Mazda vehicles were sold in the United States, making it one of the company's largest markets. After that comes Japan, which is Mazda's home market. The company's headquarters are located in Hiroshima, Japan. Mazda has built its reputation there over many decades. Although companies like Toyota and Honda have a much stronger presence in Japan, Mazda has still maintained a solid position. Europe is also an important market for Mazda. In Germany, the United Kingdom, France, Spain, and many other European countries, Mazda's SUVs and sedans continue to sell well. Buyers there appreciate the company's design, safety, and driving experience. Mazda has also remained one of the most popular brands in Australia and New Zealand for many years. It has been among the top-selling brands there for a long time, and even today its position is considered quite strong. Mazda is present in China as well, but competition there has become much tougher than before. The rapid growth of domestic companies like BYD, Geely, Chery, Li Auto, and Xiaomi has increased pressure on foreign brands. Because of this, Mazda's sales in China are no longer as strong as they once were. Even so, the company is trying to strengthen its position by introducing new hybrid and electrified models. If we explain Mazda's position in the global market in one line, it is not the company that sells the most cars in the world. But when it comes to engineering, trusted quality, and driving experience, Mazda's name is always spoken with respect. What exactly is a rotary engine? Now, the question is, what exactly is a rotary engine? And why has Mazda brought it back after so many years? To understand that, We first need to know how the engine used in most regular cars works. Most petrol and diesel cars use a piston engine. In this type of engine, the piston moves up and down inside a cylinder. The air and fuel mixture burns, creates power, and that power is sent to the wheels. Almost every car in the world has been using this technology for many decades. It is considered reliable, and it has continued to improve over time. But a rotary engine works in a completely different way. It does not have pistons moving up and down. Instead, it uses a specially shaped rotor that keeps spinning inside a chamber. This rotating rotor pulls in air, compresses the fuel mixture, burns it, and produces power. In other words, the job that requires several moving parts in a piston engine is done in a rotary engine with fewer moving parts. Because of this, a rotary engine is smaller in size and lighter in weight. Since it takes up less space, it is easier to fit into a car in different ways. That is one of the main reasons why Mazda invested more time in this technology than any other company and made it part of its identity. Sports cars like the RX-7 and RX-8 became famous around the world because of their rotary engines. Even today, these cars are remembered for their smooth driving, quick response, and strong high RPM performance. But like every technology, this one also had its drawbacks. The biggest problem was higher fuel consumption. A rotary engine used more petrol than a regular piston engine. It also consumed more engine oil. As emission rules became stricter over time, it became harder for this engine to meet those standards. Many countries introduced tougher emission regulations, and designing the rotary engine to meet those requirements was not easy. Another challenge was its long-term reliability. If it was not maintained properly, some parts could wear out more quickly. In particular, the apex seals were often discussed as a weak point. That is why Mazda slowly started removing the rotary engine from most of its cars and shifted its focus toward new engine technologies like Skyactiv. But that does not mean Mazda completely gave up on the rotary engine. The company's engineers continued researching this technology. They believed that if its old weaknesses could be reduced, it could still be useful in many situations today. Now the question is, why did Mazda feel the need to bring it back after so many years? The biggest reason is that today's auto industry is very different from the past. It is no longer just about petrol or diesel cars. Hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and electric vehicles are all moving forward together. In this environment, Mazda has not brought back the rotary engine for its old role. Mazda has also focused on improving reliability in the older rotary engine. Concerns were often raised about apex seal wear and long-term durability. The company says it has improved the sealing system, the materials used, and the cooling design in the new engine. However, the real impact of these changes will only become clear after long-term use. If you had the choice, which one would you pick? A pure EV, a hybrid, or a rotary range extender? And what would be your biggest reason? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video informative, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will continue bringing you easy-to-understand information about new automotive technologies and the future of cars before anyone.